I thought I was saving her, but the truth is, she was the one who chose me, and I still don't know why. My name is Ethan. I never planned to adopt anyone, especially not an elderly stranger. But fate doesn't ask permission. It all started on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. I was leaving the supermarket when I saw her, a thin, elderly woman sitting alone near a cart return, holding 2 apples in her lap. Her clothes were too big for her. Her eyes carried something I recognized, only because I'd felt it before: loneliness. I walked past her, telling myself not to get involved. But then she spoke. "Is this street still called Redwood Avenue?" Her voice trembled. I stopped. Yes, it is." She smiled faintly. "Good." I was afraid everything changed while I was gone. She stood slowly, wincing in pain. Her left hand shook and the apples rolled into the wet pavement. People kept walking. I knelt to pick them up. Her hands were freezing. "Do you need a ride?" I asked. She hesitated as if calculating something. Then she whispered, "Only if you don't take me to a nursing home." I don't know what came over me. Maybe I was lonely too. I helped her into my car. "What's your name?" I asked. "Margaret," she said softly. Then she added, almost proudly, "But once, people called me something else." She didn't elaborate. On the drive, she stared out the window like every building held a memory. When we reached her address, her house was gone. Not destroyed, replaced by a corporate office building. She stood frozen, touching the cold concrete wall. "Everything I knew is gone," she whispered. It should have ended there. I should have left her with social services. But the way she trembled, the way she tried to hide her fear, I couldn't. "Come home with me," I said. "You can stay until we figure something out." Her eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, Ethan." She said my name like she had known it forever. Margaret moved into the guest room. The first night, I heard footsteps in the hallway around 3 a.m. Light, deliberate steps. When I checked, the hallway was empty. The next morning, she was sitting at the kitchen table with tea ready. "You didn't sleep well," she said without looking at me. "How do you know?" "You walk heavily when you carry pain." I never told her anything about my life, yet somehow she knew. After a week, she asked for one thing. "Can I have a small area on the wall to put photos of memories?" "Of course," I said. Later, I found her arranging old, faded photographs on the hallway wall. Young couples, babies, family dinners. None looked like her. "Beautiful family," I commented. She paused. "That's not my family." "Whose are they?" She smiled. "People I've loved." One evening, I came home late. Margaret was asleep on the couch, clutching a small envelope to her chest. The envelope had my name on it. My heart raced. Why did she have a letter for me? I slowly slid it from her hands. Inside was a handwritten note. "Don't let the past repeat." I didn't understand. When I looked up, Margaret was awake, her eyes open and watching me. "Curiosity is a dangerous thing, Ethan." I stepped back. "How did you know my name before I told you?" She stood up slowly, walked to the wall of photos, and tapped a picture. In the photo was a man who looked exactly like me. Same eyes, same chin, same everything. And next to him was a young woman holding a baby. "Who is that?" I whispered. She said one word: "History." I started digging, public records, archives. I found something that made my blood turn cold. The man in the photo was my great-grandfather, and the woman holding the baby, my grandmother. I confronted Margaret. "Why do you have pictures of my family?" She sat down slowly. "Because I was there." "That's impossible." These photos are from the 1940s. She nodded. I was their nurse. But how do you know me? She walked toward me, placed a fragile hand on my cheek. Because your grandmother made me promise that when you lost everything, I would find you. I couldn't breathe. My grandmother knew I'd be alone? Yes. She said your heart would be too big for this world. Months passed. Margaret became the closest thing to family I had. She cooked, she laughed, then one morning she didn't come out of her room. I opened the door. The bed was empty. On the wall, all the photos were gone, except one. A photo of me and her, taken without me ever knowing. Taped below it was a note. Assignment completed. Thank you for giving me a home, the way I once gave yours. And just like that, she was gone. No trace, no official record of her ever existing. I didn't adopt her. She adopted me. She wasn't a lonely old woman, she was a promise keeper, a guardian, a final gift from someone who loved me before I was even born. And sometimes family finds you in the most unexpected forms.